Welcome everyone, René here from Unbox Therapy, and look, is that not a gorgeous package? That unboxing that for the latest and greatest precious Apple Watch. Look how amazing it is. Go buy it, it's amazing. But in all seriousness, yes, I have to admit, mistakes were made as much as I bash Apple. My first ever Apple Watch, and yet, yes, it's a freaking Ultra 2. However, I was totally unaware, like for what reason, of all my Apple bashing, and yes, I have some Apples, and yeah. I sometimes carry heavy vintage machines, and my wife said, not so young anymore, right? I should have an SOS detection feature if I fall with all my heavy vintage IBM R6000 Apple Mac racks and stuff, and similar, going out on a camping trek with our child and stuff, and diving and swimming and stuff. So the point of this video, I sometimes commented the Apple ecosystem, right? And I could not believe, if you're new to this channel, I'm a 25-year veteran Linux distribution low-level developer and known IT person and stuff. And I could not believe, having studied computer science and having used iPhones since the first one, also illustration purposes only, nearly the first one. I probably should. I had the first freaking iPhone, and many since then, and since 6 years not. And I did not get the memo that if you buy a 800 freaking euro, like you work hard, you YouTube, you work, like you make millions with your Linux distribution, you finally want to get something nice for you, and you can't even freaking use it. Because how is it possible, and what a scam is it, that in 2023 a completely fine freestanding device with Bluetooth, wireless and cellular, it needs to activate with a freaking iPhone? Like, seriously, Apple? And while that might be somewhat reasonable for the very first iPhone, the very first Apple Watch that only had Wi-Fi and so on, and was an accessory to your iPhone, like, why can I not activate it from the bloody phone? Even if it would not be the Ultra, if it would be a regular Apple Watch. This is a total scam of Apple making even more money out of you. 800 freaking euro for this overpriced smartwatch. Why can't you activate it from illustration purpose only? I even have a freaking M1 Mac for. Yes, my other Mac is 7 years old, my Retina MacBook Pro. I recently, last year, I even have an M1 Mac. Why can I not freaking activate? I mean, I would expect, what do I expect? If I buy a completely fine freestanding product that is more than a freaking mouse, I can't even hold the mouse up, that is more than a touchpad, that is more than a USB thumb drive, that I'm able to just use it. And even, I mean, there is literally zero reason why you cannot just use it. It has Wi-Fi, it has LTE, it can just connect, you can enter your Apple ID credentials here. But even if I have an iPhone, right? I have an iPhone 6s because it's the last one with an headphone jack. And yes, recently, after 6 or 7 years now, the glass cracked, because of course it did with a child and the house and playgrounds and stuff. If you have an iPhone, like a very old one, yes, this is a 4S or whatever. Oh no, this is an SE or so, or whatever that is. Oh, SE. Is SE new enough to activate it? Anyway, maybe I should check that. I have an iPhone 6s, right? There even is on the last, by the way, the last iOS software update, total train wreck. It is so slow, it is literally unusable, right? A flagship phone, like, somehow it's always, right? I had probably 6, 7 phones, like I usually, until the 6s, I brought every second one for Apple iOS app reasons and so on. You get then, like, it's too old. Like seriously, Apple, how can activating this? I mean, come on, right? This is an absolute disgrace. You should be, all those managers and developers involved in this should all be ashamed. Like, Steve Jobs would either turn in his grave or applaud for this money-making business. And even an iPad. I didn't even buy an iPad. Even this iPad, like, why not an iPad, right? Although I can't recommend an iPad. I had like only 3 iPads, and this is probably also 6 years old because I never use it. Company issued and stuff. Like, why not an iPad? Although my iPad is also old, yes. Why not a freaking Mac? Except money making business. I rest my case. I'm shocked of Apple's greed, of Tim Apple's greed. And also, I actually read the freaking fine print, right? Actually, also, last but not least, I called Apple just for the fun of it. Of course, they told me, I mean, it took Apple 40 minutes on the phone to tell me it doesn't work. Do you want to return it? It's like, yeah, thank you very much. It's like, it's not constantly, it's like now it's showing constantly, hey, here's an Apple Watch in close by. Like, yeah, yes, thank you, iPhone 6S. Thank you for, like, yes, I closed. It's like, yeah, but you won't freaking activate it for bloody money reasons. I recorded parts of the phone call. Not that much to hear in English and German. Yeah, the phone quality, whatever. It took 50 minutes in the waiting line. The first person couldn't help. The first person was entirely clueless. They called a supervisor, and after waiting 10 minutes of this person speaking, or 5 minutes speaking with I talked like 10 minutes with the supervisor. I mean, I didn't even escalate it. I didn't ask like, hey, talk with me. I only called, obviously I was aware it will not work. I only called them of wasting their time and making them aware that this is a complete scam. And I even told them on the phone, look, it's not even, I spoke completely nicely. I mean, I knew it will not work. I just called them to waste their time. I mean, I was literally maintaining my IBM R6000 while I did it. And just to make a point and make it aware. And even, it's not even freaking in the fine print, right? Like nowhere, I even told them, look, I mean, of course I say, yeah, bring it back. It's like, yeah, thanks. I wanted to use it to swim in the ocean and camp with my child soon. My wife is happy that she can reach me. Nowhere, I read all of this bloody site now. Nowhere do they mention, hey, by the way, it only works with an iPhone. Like, hey, use it outdoors, use it in the ocean, use it to climb, use it to run a marathon. Nowhere on this site could I find the fine print, hey, by the way, it only activates with an iPhone. What scam is it? Not with a Mac, not with an iPad, not freestanding, not on the interwebs. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? Yes, there is sometimes iPhone mentioned, but nothing that requires an iPhone and Apple Watch. But this is only like also advertisements, right? And then 38 freaking fine prints of like only with this, only with this, only resistant there, only this, only that, but excluding that, but limited to forward-looking statement, your mileage may vary. I might have, I mean, with so much fine print, I might have overread this, but there is not required, like, there's not all features can be available, like, what do we have there? Required by Scuba, free drivers, subscription required for Oceanic Plus. It's like, yeah, get an €800 watch, get a subscription for Oceanic Plus, although it's probably a third party. Wireless service plan required for cellular service. I could, to the best of my findings, not find you need an iPhone to activate this. And that is, it's like, how dumb is it? Like, seriously, Apple. But yeah, as I just in an Unbox Theory, you heard it here. It's so pretty when you can activate it. Leave in the comments below how amazing you find that. Also, you can't use it with technical specs. Where are the tech specs? It's faster than old iPhones, and you can't activate it. It's faster than most of my vintage and retro computers here in the office. You probably could run, if you could attach a wireless display and work from it, so much compute power it has with wireless display and stuff. You could literally use it as your freaking workstation, but you can't activate it without an iPhone. It's hilarious. Where's the tech specs? And then we call it a day. Leave in the comments below how stupid that is, but this is, And like, I am a computer scientist. It's like, I obviously didn't think that through. Like, that happens if you just buy something without studying the fine print. It's like seriously. This is so stupid. I could not intentionally buy it just for this YouTube live stream. So stupid it is. Here's the tech specs, somewhere on the purchase side. This is a freaking high-end SoC, right? 4-core, oh, this is a neural engine. It has a freaking side button. I mean, obviously there's a freaking SoC. S9 SiP 64-bit dual-core processor, 64 GB of storage, also like 2023 SSD storage became capacity. And it has some cellular. That is, where is even the spec for the cellular? There is some LTE. Nah, specs, who cares about specs probably? Where's the freaking... Ah, here's also other specs. S9. You could run a full OS, right? You could run... What is even the memory of the stuff? They probably don't even disclose the memory. Who cares what memory it has? You can run an old version on... You could theoretically run an old version of macOS, including Safari and Mail on it. You could probably game on it. Probably games on Apple Watch or thing, but you can't freaking... Yeah, here's LTE and UMTS. What the freaking heck is UM? Ah, UMTS. That is 3G, right? 13. What is 13? Fine pin wireless service plus. That is that nonsense. Anyway, absolutely amazing, outstanding work of making sure to get the most, like milking the most of your Apple fanboys. Obviously you could use your neighbor's phone because it actually asks activate for family members, so probably I could find someone on the street. Because it actually, I mean, it's also ridiculous, right? This is so dumb on so many levels that it even shows you activate for you or for a family member, right? Also mirrored. I should mirror this. Anyway, is it even focused? Hello, can we focus? Why does it even show me the pairing screen when it will not work, right? This would not have happened under Steve Jobs. So maybe you could use someone else's phone and set up as family member, which probably, I have no idea what data privacy. Here's some fine print, how that works. There. It's there. It's ridiculous. Leave me in the comments below how stupid that is. Yeah, unable to connect to Apple Watch, whatever. Anyway. I'm speechless. This is the lowest low of Apple in a long time. Have a good day or night. Probably don't get an Apple Watch unless you have an iPhone. And also, like, how dumb is it from Apple not selling an Apple Watch to people who otherwise use nothing but an Android phone. I rest my case. See you next. Okay, as Tom Oliver just points out, there it is indeed written. I have no idea how I overlooked that previously. Maybe I searched for requires. So yeah, I also told this representative at Apple then said, like, yeah, please fill out some, she noted it, I can return it, like, yes, thank you very much. And she asked me kindly to fill out apple.com/feedback, because the more people use the feedback, which is also why I called them just for the fun of it, they cannot change it just for one person, but go to apple.com feedback, she told me. But I also told her it's not visibly, like, you need to, as Tom Oliver just said, yeah, indeed, there it is. But also, like, if you Google for iPhone, you find some things until, like, yeah, it is literally like here. Okay, there it is. I probably searched for requires. so much to, can we select this? Okay, there it is, but it's not prominently advertised anywhere. I would like, it's literally below all 36 freaking fine print points. Yeah. Usability and user friendliness. And integration, right? Hardware and software integration with MacBook, I guess, or iPad.